Okay, we're going to do a brief introduction to a new tool that I've added into Memorial Designer for the UK. It's a text tool that allows you to edit text, putting in heights, line spacings, etc. in a separate window rather than being tied into the traditional text tool that's involved with CorelDRAW. So at the moment I haven't got a key button for it, so I'm just bound it to a keystroke. And you can see it's popped up a text box that allows us to type into it various bits of text. I'm just going to put in some generic information here. You'll notice each time I'm pressing carriage return, it's putting in a new line, height, spacing, etc. It just defaults that to whatever the previous height was. So if I do died 2nd Feb 2018, if I make that line 0.8, then when I press enter here, it will just carry 0.8 down to the next line. Aged 98 years, that'll do. We can adjust the spacing as well. So if we wanted to add a bigger space around the name, so I'm just going to put an inch spacing around the name. At the moment, the spacing is done space from this, so that number 1 there applies to the space between In Loving Memory of and Build Blogs, so you can ignore the 0.5 at the top. I'm going to amend this so that that 0.5 gets ignored and that number 1 there would appear next to In Loving Memory of. So In Loving Memory of has a line spacing of 1 inch to Build Blogs, which then has a line spacing of 1 inch down to died 2nd of Feb. That's just a tweak that I'm going to make at some point in the future. I'm just going to click apply, and it's going to go and create some artistic text on the screen, and you can see it's put in there In Loving Memory of Build Blogs. It's created 4 separate pieces of text. We can grab those and move them up the screen, again just by pressing shift and forcing it to go central. I can justify those centrally on the stone, so shift click the stone and then press C to move them to the center of the stone. In this instance they are already. I can, if I want, I can go and edit this line and make the text bigger in here, so I can just click up here and change the line spacing. Alternatively, if I reselect my text tool, then it will bring the information up, and I can make that 1.5, and I click apply, and it adjusts the line spacing accordingly, so it's moved, died and aged down a little bit, and it's made a bit of a bigger letter around the Build Blogs. Once you've got your text on the screen, you can do the usual things to it, change its font color, etc. I am going to put a button on the screen to allow you to just click, so that you can click it just like you would do there. But yeah, that's the new tool for messing around with inscriptions. I hope you like it. Cheers.